is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and they're the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Radio Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated. They offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. Good morning. Not a good morning, right? I mean, it's kind of a rough morning for a lot of us, especially those of us like Sean Stanley, who barely slept last night. And I went to sleep like at 3 myself after a late night post-game show. And apparently some of you still can't read. I guess you're old enough to you pay your bills and stuff, but you can't read. Like Red can't read. Got people complaining that it doesn't come on at 10 o'clock or something. Like I don't work for you guys, by the way. I work for myself. I don't work for a corporation. I work for myself and for Sean. That's it. And we do the show when we do the show. You know what I mean? Like some of you complain and it's like, you want me to be on at 10? You didn't realize that I was on till like 1:30 last night. And I don't go to sleep like right away. I'm too wired. I have to like kind of watch television and, tire myself out and stuff. So I wake up to idiots that can't read, like Red, that it clearly says the show starts at 11 a.m. And maybe, maybe Red doesn't have, of course, he has no awareness whatsoever. Oh, maybe O was on last night late. That kind of stuff. But, anyway. So Appreciate all of you out there tuning in, even Red's dumbass that can't read a sentence when you open the headline. Hey, where it happens on Thursdays too. Where's the show? And then somebody on the chat will have to say, hey, idiot, it's an afternoon show on Thursdays. And so sometimes if there's a late Monday night or Sunday night game, yeah, if I feel like pushing the show back, I push the show back. It's kind of what I can do. You know, I don't answer to anybody. Nobody. And that's the beauty of it. I have no boss. I am the boss. So when you're the boss, you get to make the rules, is what you got to understand. And so don't complain. It's on demand. You can come back later and watch it. All right? So appreciate all of you out there tuning in. Pay attention. What do we have here? Who is let me if I'm going to do a roll call, let me do it because I know on the chat board here on the original one, the YouTube one doesn't really. Brooklyn Rob was number one. He says, I'm out of New Year's Eve, brother. Being a Finns fan means suffering. That's very true. Alex Palenzuela, One-Eyed Jack. I see. Okay. Sharon Calderon, which, of course, is Jeff from Long Island. Let's have a laugh. Omar says the Dolphins should try to sign Brent Grimes. Yeah, I saw that last week. He was still going with that this morning. Hey, man, listen. It pays to say wild shit, bro. You know, that's it gets all kinds of hits and views and stuff. So, you know, more power to him. I love Omar, but, you know, once in a while he'll come up with some wild shit, and that's wild right there. Yeah, that's wild. Yes. Yeah. We still have one game to suffer, though, says Costa Nostra. Lisa Roses is going to try to listen this morning. What is it? Still have a broken hearted about the game yesterday, though. I see Christian there, like I said, sitting in the office door closed, waiting for you to start. Hang in there, Christian, brother. Hang in there, man. I see Dennis. The Dolphins were an embarrassing football. They suck now, and they always will until I get rid of Tua and a sorry Mike McDaniel. And you know, listen, in the end, they've brought this on themselves. You know what I mean? I'm a Tua guy, still a Tua guy. I still believe in Tua. I still think Tua can definitely be an elite quarterback, and I think he's an elite passer in this league. But he screwed up, and he's screwed up a couple times this year. You know what I mean? I'm not going to blame it all on him, but he was part of the problem, not part of the solution. Tyreek is part of the problem, not part of the solution. Mike McDaniel's part of the problem, not part of the solution. The entire offense is part of the problem, not part of the solution. The defense is all beaten up, just like last year. And I'm going to stay with the same kind of theme. Defense didn't really lose games last year. It was the offense. What lost it yesterday? Was it the defense or the offense again? I'm going to stay consistent as a mofo, dude. Mike McDaniel continues to be the problem. He still abandons the run, brother. He's a horrible game manager. And this team won 11 games with his ass. It tells you that the front office has given them enough talent, backups, everything. And yet, this coach is not good enough. That's all. Like I told you, we've hit a fork in the road. Now more of you are coming over to my side now. You know, last week I stun you. A lot of you, I stun you when I told you that. Oh my God, he wants him fired. No, I didn't want him fired, but we have now hit a fork in the road where now starts the hot seat. So next year, he's on a boiling hot seat. And that's it. And we can't do anything about it. Why? Because he's incompetent on the sidelines. He is one of the most incompetent coaches I have ever seen in my life on the sidelines. He's just a play designer. That's all Mike McDaniel is. A play designer that sounds like the dude. And that's it. He's not a head coach. By any stretch whatsoever, he's not a head coach. He's too irresponsible on the sidelines. And for Tua, I'm a Tua guy, but I can't defend it, right? I can't defend it. I have to say right now that I'm looking like I'm going to be wrong on this with Tua, okay? I'm not wrong yet, but next year, the heat's on you. And if you're the front office, you don't give him a long-term contract, unfortunately, because, okay, he proved to you that he can play smart and stay healthy. Now he has to come back and prove to you that he can play smart and make the plays you need in key moments. And so, unfortunately, Tua has brought this on himself, and Mike McDaniel's been bringing it on himself, forget it, since last year. You know what I'm saying? Since his first year that he's kept doing stupid shit like abandoning the run and all the other stupid shit that he does on a consistent basis. His team. What was my favorite quote of, because I didn't play his press conference yesterday. We had a long enough day or night that I didn't want to hear all the just ums and ahs and pregnant pauses and all that bullshit. Here's his quote. It was just herky-jerky. We had 2 different penalties. We had misfires. There was a throw issue. There was a drop. It seemed like we weren't able to get the momentum of the drive going. That's your fucking offense. That's your offense. Every goddamn week. Every week, Mike McDaniel. That's your goddamn offense. Somebody's offsides. You can't get the play in on time. Yesterday, you had a play where Tyreek didn't catch the ball, and you took forever to get to the line. I saw Sean McDermott pick his nose, his ear, ask the referee, and then throw the red flag. Jesus Christ, dude, you can't run a goddamn team. Every week, it's the same shit with Mike McDaniel. I don't care that you can design plays for fast guys. You can't manage a goddamn game. You abandon the run again in the second half after killing them in the first half. What the fuck are you doing? Always the same stupid shit with Mike McDaniel. Can't win a goddamn challenge. Can't get plays in on time. All kinds of penalties. Armstead had 2 penalties yesterday. I mean, enough's enough already, dude. Grow the hell up already. No more jokes. No more loosey-goosey. Your receivers drop passes left and right, and you don't do a goddamn thing about it. Nothing. You gouge them in the first half with the run, and you still don't come back with it in the second half. You open the game knowing you can gouge them with the run. You open the game with a pass and a penalty. Yeah, I know. It's depressing. He doesn't even want to. Alarmo doesn't want to deal with this shit. McDaniel, my brother, grow the hell up and quickly. You're like the guy that they gave a Porsche to, and you don't know what the hell you're doing with it. Okay, right now you're Anthony Michael Hall, half drunk, driving down the street with a babe on the next to you. That's what you are right now. You're Anthony Michael Hall. Let's go, man. Let's go. The jokes are over. Fun is over. All that is over. You know why? Because it's over for you, Mike McDaniel. I don't want to hear your jokes anymore, dude. Don't want to hear your jokes anymore. I want to see you on the sidelines acting like a real coach that has his team prepared on every level. The worst thing that could ever happen to coaches for the Miami Dolphins happened years ago. His name is Don Shula. He set the standard. He spoiled the shit out of us. And the rest of you slapdicks that have come behind him haven't even come close, dude. You're all Jimmy Johnson, Dave Wanstead. I don't care who you are, Adam Gase, Cam Cameron. You're all a disgrace to what Don Shula has built here. Okay? Jimmy, Wanstead, all the way down to Adam Gase and Brian Flores, you all destroyed what Don Shula built here. All of you destroyed, absolutely obliterated the culture, the winning, the respect, nothing. We have none of that here. None of that. Nobody has been able to put anything in place. And you're not going to do it with jokes. Okay? So, go do a GQ spread if you want and all that kind of stuff, but you better learn how to manage a game on the sidelines. That's what you've got to do, Mike McDaniel, because you cannot manage a game on the sidelines. You are a joke on the sidelines. When I saw that shit, man, I would have been proud of Mike McDaniel if the offense would have rushed to the line and gotten busted, that it would have forced McDermott to, not even wait for the person upstairs. I understand in Mike McDaniel's place because he's got, he's got some stoner upstairs that's just in the middle of rolling his wheat. Oh, something happened? And then there's Mike McDaniel calling up, hey, what? Oh, I must have missed it. Wait, hold on a second. Let me rewind my TiVo. Maybe he's got, you know what it is? I think the guy that's upstairs for Mike McDaniel still has a VHS. That's why it takes so long. And so he figures they also have a VHS and, it'll take him plenty. He won't figure it out and we'll get the playoff on time. But actually what he doesn't know is that they have digital in Buffalo. We're still analog, but they're digital. Anyway, what can I tell you? What else do we have? Nico, 1-5 versus winning teams. No excuses for the offense. Pathetic performance in the second half. The defense did everything it could. Yeah, I mean, dude, they lost off some ricochet off a helmet that was lucky that it came to the back of the end zone so he can catch it. You know what I mean? And there's Eli Apple going, what's up? Anything going on? Yeah, there's a ball going over your head. Huh? Oh, he caught it. And you lost on a punt return. That's where they got 14 of their 21 points. I mean, you can't write this stuff, dude. You can't write this stuff. And the offense just sputtered. And by the way, they played a nice first half. I was really proud of that first half. It was a responsible first half. But Mike McDaniel, he could not, even though he screwed up still in that first half a couple of times. But it was overall for Mike McDaniel, that was actually a really good first half. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that again. And we're going to go back to just being pass happy. The catastrophic, stupid shit that happens on that sideline It's amazing. That's how talented. They won in spite of Mike McDaniel 11 games. They won 9 in spite of Mike McDaniel last year. That's where I'm going now. Okay? They're winning in spite of him, not because of him. That's how I'll go. Because the play by Baker, that's just an incredible individual play that saves your ass. You know, I've just, next year's going to be ugly. Next year, they better, both of them, my guy Tua better play his ass off next year, and Mike McDaniel better improve drastically in game because, wow, he is terrible. Terrible, dude. Rosendo, good morning, Big O Nation. On this Monday, may your blessings be many and your worries be few. Today is a new day. Continue to fight our battles and enjoy blessings we have around us. Yes, like Bitcoin. Yeah. I'll go with the real winner over 45,000. And boy, wait till the ETFs are approved this week. And did anybody take advantage of these dips here in the altcoins? I did. I got me some more Pendle. Loaded up on some Pendle. So I took advantage, kind of like the neutron dip we had last week. I was hoping that there would be like, this dip, but it wasn't low enough for me to load up more on neutron because I wasn't lowering my average. But Pendle, I was able to add some stuff and take advantage. So I loaded up on a little Pendle there myself. So. But a great opportunity for those of you out there that if you're into Polygon or Cardano or there's some, if you're new into it, this is a great time to take advantage of these dips. And, Bitcoin just shot up, but if you had a little common sense the last couple of days, you should have loaded up on Bitcoin because the big explosion is coming once these ETFs are approved. And if there is any truth that BlackRock has billions ready to pour in, and there's a report out, which if greed steps in, which I expect it because greed is the way of the world, that we have some of the Arab nations now that one talked about $500 billion of purchasing of Bitcoin so they can, obviously take advantage. They're not stupid over there. They've turned their oil into all kinds of, attractive tourist-like destinations. What they've done out there, they've kind of made things where now people will go out and spend money and go hang out in Dubai and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, have you guys checked out what they're building with the line and everything else in Saudi Arabia and all that out there? That is crazy what they're building. It's 100 miles and it's as tall as the Empire State Building all the way for 100 miles from the sea all the way in. And then they've got this oasis because there's some lakes actually in the desert. And they've built like these resorts and cities and agriculture and all that kind of stuff. It's a monster project that they're doing, and it's kind of like one of the things that I talked about that we should have done down here with, the supposed green highway that they wanted to build. We should have done it with oil, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm just saying, take advantage. Hell of a dip. You will win if you take advantage of the dip. Those of us, like I see Brooklyn Rob is there. See, I know Brooklyn Rob. So Brooklyn Rob bought all the way through the bear market. So Brooklyn Rob is fat in the green right now. Like me, like a lot of people. I'm just fat, but he's like in the green fat. Okay? So I'm fat and I'm also fat in the green. Those of us that bought through the bear, we are in the green right now. So why? Because you buy the dips and you take advantage of the dips. Gus 1388, what's up, everyone? We all have the case of the shitty Mondays. I wonder what the Mad Dog would say after that performance. The performance has a stench of manure. That's what he would say. Sneak attack. Tua can improve. He's already improved in learning how to fall to reduce the risk of concussions this offseason. Tua has to learn to audible, to play better if his receivers have or if he receives a bad play call. Yes. He needs to stop listening to his coach all the time. I mean, you know, it's been proven that Mike McDaniel doesn't know how to call a game. I hate to say that, but let's be honest now. Mike McDaniel does not know how to call a game. He knows how to design plays. He's the guy that has the puzzle but can't put it together. It's sitting there on the table. It's got one of the corners. He figured out some corner here, but he's missing the left top and the bottom, and all in the middle, there's like a lot of imaging, and so he can't really figure out the pieces. That's Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel is not, I repeat, not a good play caller. He doesn't know how to keep rhythm. He doesn't know how to keep them off balance. He doesn't even understand when he has an advantage. And we've seen it over and over again. They're gouging him with the run, and then all of a sudden, last year or this year, he just abandons the run. Like, what are you doing, bro? What is wrong with you? You're that hooked that you have to start passing and passing only to Tyreek. Is that what we're doing? You know, it becomes a joke, dude. And it's a slap in your face. It's a slap in my face. It's insulting to your players. We all see what's going on. I've been talking about it all year already. I'm tired of talking about how irresponsible he is. And they won 11 games in spite of this guy's terrible sideline antics. What was that option he called yesterday? Bro, just run. You don't use that guy for an option. You use that guy to run the ball. My God, he gouges people for 10 yards all the time. Don't understand it. I don't understand Mike McDaniel. I'm sorry. Anthony, Alexander, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Remember, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. True Fin fan, count me out on McDaniel. I got to give him next year. But I'll tell you what his problem is right now. And I know people, I already predicted it last week. People are going to get off his bandwagon. You know, next year it's going to be, people will be jumping off, you know, if he does not improve, because you cannot tolerate this. You cannot continue to tolerate this. I'm sorry. It's unacceptable at every stinking level. Do want to remind you, Top Gun Indoor Range, proud sponsor of our show. We are going to have a shooting contest Wednesday, January 31st. We're going to post it on social media, hopefully today. You can give them a ring, by the way, if you are looking for a gun. And they also, besides guns and rifles, they also have archery, too, which they are the only indoor archery range in Dade County. And when it comes to their gun range, they have 18 lanes, 25 yards deep, family atmosphere. They've got the latest in air quality and targeting systems, folks. And again, family friendly. I told you about 2 weeks ago I was there, And it was a group of ladies that were going in, and they've got self-defense classes for the ladies, by the way, in English and in Spanish, basic pistol, concealed weapons courses. Like I said, also available in Spanish. Remember, the ladies are home sometimes and by themselves. You should train them to use the guns that are at home. And at Top Gun, they've got a lot of classes. And maybe you've got a kind of a heavy gun. And if she's at home and you know what I mean, maybe you want to purchase a gun that's a little bit more easy for her to handle and she can practice with it at Top Gun and sharpen her skills. And just in case she happens to be home with the kids and you just never know, it's a crazy world, man. So we've got to be prepared. The bad guys have the guns. So us good people, we've got to protect ourselves. Go to Top Gun, check it out. By the way, they've got memberships. The higher the membership, the higher the discounts, from gun cleaning to unlimited shooting. And they've got all the big names, the Glock, the 6 Hour, the Smith & Wesson. They've got it all kinds of selections, and a great selection for the ladies out there also. Top Gun Indoor Range. Tell them that Big O sent you. TopGunRange.com is the website. 305-306-7333. All right. What else do we have going on? Big O, where do we go if we lose to KC? It's nothing. We just move on to the offseason, and that's it. And it'll be a hot seat offseason for McDaniel and for Tua. And that's what's going to happen. They both need a really good game against Kansas City. Because, unfortunately, they have stirred it up. And I am a big Tua guy. I still believe in Tua. I have not wavered whatsoever, but I have less to stand on. And he has taken away some of my defense strategies here. And he has to play better in these kind of moments. This year, where I have to say that I'm incredibly disappointed with Tua, turnovers. The turnovers, and some of them have been, like yesterday, catastrophically stupid turnovers. Turnovers that, I have a much higher opinion of you. You can't do shit like that. That throw he made yesterday to Claypool, I think I said Berrios a couple times yesterday in the postgame show. I don't know why. They're completely different players. But that throw he made to Claypool, oh, I know why. Because I was so pissed that earlier in the game that he completed a pass to Tyreek in the hash mark, and between three guys and a fourth guy was coming. That fourth guy was the guy that was covering Berrios. He was in between Berrios and Tyreek. That's how little he thought of Berrios and how much he was worried about Tyreek, that he was kind of in the middle, which it should force Tua to go to Berrios. And Tua made the dumb throw, which was a great throw. He had to put it in between three people, but on the IQ side of it, that was not the smart throw. The smart throw would have been to the left. That was on the third drive. I want you to go look at that if you want. But, things like that, Tua's got to stop. He's got to stop forcing it into double and triple coverage of Waddle or Tyreek. And you got to start spreading the ball around. That's why Breeze and Brady were great, because they had zero shame in taking the 4-yard pass. And we would get frustrated as Dolphin fans. Damn it, bro. Damn Tom Brady dinking and dunking, and then he'll get you on a big one because they lull your ass to sleep. And I don't know what it is about McDaniel and the way he's instilled this into Tua, which now has made him a lesser quarterback because of it. But they're not happy with 4-yard passes. They're not happy with a 5-yarder. Look, I said it yesterday, when they took the lead 21-14, first play, they're on the 25. The first play they call is a pass to Tyreek at midfield. Brother, just keep it simple. some short passes, don't no longer plays to wait to develop and all that kind of shit. And it was in between like three guys. Again, it's just stupid shit that they do that it's terrible game management. And so they've brought this on themselves. And so now, all of you that don't like Tua, you've got all the material you want now. And now Tua has to kind of, and by the way, he has put himself in a corner where you cannot give him a long-term contract. You can't. Now you got to make him play out another year. Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Remember, you can make a Bitcoin or even Ethereum donation at Cash App or Venmo. Always appreciate it. Let's go. Steve M. Omar says Miami should give Tua a $200 million contract this offseason because it would make Tua mad to use a fifth-year option. You shouldn't upset your players. I don't care about that. Unfortunately, I'm actually the true Tua guy, not Omar. Omar and Joe Shad and they were on, they were off, they were on, they were off. They're wafflers, okay? Yeah. You waffle with me, you're out. Okay. So listen, I already put a foot in Omar's ass off of the Tua bandwagon 2 years ago when he already was with all that bullshit. So I don't go for that. And just like Joe Shad, and we'll bring Joe Shad back, hopefully. But as I told him when he was on with us, you're a waffler. Okay. So I don't go for the waffling bullshit. All right. I'm a steadfast guy, and I'm either going to be right or wrong, but I'm not going to be going, oh, I believe, I don't believe. Oh, I believe, I don't believe. Either I believe, and then when I don't believe, I'm off. I'm done. Okay? No waffling here. So I'll leave the waffling to Joe Shad. I'll leave the waffling to Omar. So that's good, but no waffling here. We stand by what we say. Gabriel Zendre, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. Appreciate you. The lost looks by McDaniel thinking up his next corny joke. Slow roll on that Tyreek near catch. I was screaming at the TV, bro. McDaniel is happy just having been crowned regular season offensive genius. Now we get nonstop Taylor Swifts, bro. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's frustrating, man. I mean, what's even more frustrating is that McDaniel has a crap ton of potential. Let's see if he can figure it out. Shane Poople on Venmo. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And remember, you can also make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Appreciate you, Big O. Tua and McDaniel might be toxic for each other at times. As you mentioned, poor influences. I understand a sense of urgency, but why abandon the run after shoving it down their throats in the first half? A Shannon Wilson average 5 to 8 yards per carry. Your thoughts? Shane, it's the same stupid shit that Mike McDaniel's been doing for 2 years. And there is no other way to phrase it. It's the same stupid shit that Mike McDaniel has done for 2 years. Same stupid shit. And I don't know the people above Mike McDaniel. I put it this way. Mike is lucky I don't own the team. Put it that way. Okay? Because I would have, at one point, I would have gathered everybody in the room, Chris Greer, Marvin Allen, Reggie McKenzie, Tom Garfinkel, Mike McDaniel. And I would have called Tom Garfinkel. Yes, Mr. Ross. Hey, I'd like a meeting with you guys. Can you get, the 3 personnel guys, yourself and Mike McDaniel together in a room, and I'll meet you guys over there. It'll be a quick meeting, really fast meeting, but I got to get something off my chest. And then they're all sitting there, and I'm Stephen Ross, and I walk in, and I look at everybody, and then I look at Mike McDaniel, and I say, run the fucking ball! And then I walk right out of the goddamn door. That's all I do. Stand right in front of Mike McDaniel's face and scream, run the effing ball. And then I walk right out. That's it. That's all. 3 words, run. 4 words. Run the fucking ball. That's it. Those 4 words. Run the fucking ball and walk right out. And then I'll see what happens. And then I'd run his ass right out of town. It's there is no explanation for how dumb Mike McDaniel is at times on the sidelines. None. He did it last year, bro. You're gouging Green Bay and Buffalo for 7 and 9 yards a carry, and you abandon the run. Christian DiMartino on Venmo, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Thank you, sir. Second half disgusting. 5 possessions, 17 pass plays, 3 runs, 4 punts, 1 interception. Enough said. McDaniel's already on the hot seat with me. As predicted. Adam Hernandez also came in right now on Venmo. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Tyreek Hill's hands are barely better than Ted Ginn's Jr. He's a microcosm of the team, chokes against real teams. Well, as I said yesterday and I posted on Twitter, never, ever, 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 ever in your life, ever mention Tyreek Hill and Waddle in the same sentence with the Marx brothers. Okay? You young people out there, I know you didn't watch it. So sometimes you see what Tyreek and then you want to bring it up. I'm just telling you as a man that witnessed all of that. Every single down, okay? I've watched all the great receivers from Paul Warfield all the way through, okay? I've seen them all. Every great receiver for the Dolphins. I'm just telling you, Waddle and Tyreek are fantastic. They are not even close. They're not in the same stratosphere as the Marx brothers. And by the way, I'm pretty sure because Tyreek's already deep into his career, they never will be. Let me just finish that off. Waddle has time. But if Tyreek does all this dropping shit, this was never an issue with Clayton and Duper. Never. 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 Okay? I didn't sit here going, all right, let's wait for Duper and Clayton and their weekly drops. No. No. That doesn't exist. So, yeah. It's Tyreek, unfortunately, has left a lot to be desired in that case. Got to be honest. Appreciate it as always. Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And, of course, you can make a Bitcoin or even an Ethereum donation. Achan did look awesome running the ball. Yeah, all they got to do is maybe use him more. Kenneth in Cleveland is saying, good morning, Big O. He's live from the Boom Boom Room. I am losing my mind with McDaniel and Hill dropping balls. Tua throwing picks in critical times. And, by the way, the third down that Tyreek. I don't blame Tyreek for that drop. That was not a ball for Tyreek to catch, unfortunately. That was a bad pass by Tua. The first interception, I get it that it turns into a punt. I still didn't like it because he threw into double coverage. So to me, it was a bad decision again by Tua, but I get it. You get away with it because it ends up becoming a punt, whatever. If fundamentally that's what satisfies you, you can go ahead with that one. I will still stay, and I'm the Tua guy, I will stay unsatisfied because habitually it continues to be the bad decision that you're making. You're throwing into double coverage. So I can't constantly be happy about you throwing into double coverage or triple coverage. I'm not doing that. You guys want to do that, you go ahead. But for me, that was a bad decision by Tua. Some of you want to call it a punt. Go ahead. I call it a bad decision. The underthrow on third down to Tyreek, bad throw. And then, obviously, the interception to end the game. Unacceptable at every level. And so now Tua's brought a shit ton of heat on him. And now, you know, a lot of us, we had material. We could defend him. There were facts that were behind it, that people were wrong about certain things. I can't do it now. I can't sit here and tell somebody you're wrong when he's done it too many times this year. And habitually, as I've mentioned, he continues to throw into 2 and 3 people being covered on one receiver. Double or triple coverage. That's not smart. And turnovers in key moments. That's unacceptable. So while he's my guy, he ain't getting it done. And I have to blame him. Not, I get it. McDaniel's not a good influence on him. He's a bad coach. He doesn't help his quarterback, but the quarterback doesn't help himself. And that's where I need you to help yourself. Because, as I've mentioned before, Shula would send in plays, and if Marino didn't like it, he was changing the play. He was to say, F that, we're going to do this. Tua needs to start doing some of that because your coach is leading you down the wrong path. As much as he's helped you, he's also hurting you. Both can be true, by the way. You can help somebody and then also hurt them. And McDaniel has helped Tua, and he's hurting Tua at the same time. But Tua can stop that by thinking for himself. He has the Russell Wilson disease, that he's too good of a human being. And there are moments where Russell Wilson, as I've said before, you're there in the Super Bowl, you're at the 1 yard line, the play comes in, we're going to pass the ball. That's where you say, what? Where what? Now, hey, guys, F that. Marshawn, let's win this shit. And I'm handing it off to Marshawn, and I'm winning the Super Bowl. And then when the coach tells me, hey, I sent in another play, I said, hey, we won the Super Bowl. I went with what's better. You don't like it? I'm the quarterback. And that's it. But the quarterback has to stand for himself at times too. You have to be a leader. Leaders have to think for themselves at times. They're in charge. They're on the battlefield at that moment. And I don't want to use a war analogy, but you've got the people above and sending this and that, and you're there. You sometimes have to say, no, that's not a right plan. We got to do this instead. And if you're the quarterback, sometimes the plan that's coming in is not a good one. You're in the middle of the heat. You need to know what's better. And that's it. And then after, somewhere in another room, you can hash it out with your head coach. And then you can state your case, by the way, not crawl into a corner. You can say, hey, coach, I'm sorry, but I disagree with you on this one. And if it happens again in the future, I just want you to know if I disagree with your call and I don't think it's the right call, I'm gonna call what I want, what I think is right at that moment. And as you can see, we won. My call was right. So if I'm failing, I'll take the heat for it and tell you I'm wrong. But if I'm making the right decisions, too bad. You know, at one point or another, the quarterback has to take over, and he has to take authority and responsibility for his actions. And so this is why, as much as I'm a Tua guy, okay, I can't give him a break. So Tua has to, his BBs, they need to drop. He has to stop being Mr. Nice Guy. Okay? Hey, Tua, I need you to pick up a little Alice Cooper. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And that's what I want from Tua. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You can't make everybody happy. Learn that in life. I've learned that here. I don't worry about making everybody happy. I just do what I do. You like it? Great. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't care. I've been at this way too long to worry about pleasing everybody, because that's never going to happen. You know who I got to please? Myself. That's it. You know who I got to please? Sean Stanley. Got to make sure he's happy, I'm happy, and that's it. I don't worry about anything else. As if you've watched this show, I think you've figured that out by now. Mark Gallagher, thank you for the love on the super chat, sir. What Miami lost in 90 seconds with the inexcusable Titans collapse, a division title, ability to rest all yesterday, home game versus Pitt, first round, all pissed away. Yes, Mark, you are correct. But this is better. You know why? Because if you beat the Titans, you avoid proving to everybody that you're a fraud until later on in the playoffs. So you go to Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh comes to you. You get an easy first round, and you go, and then you lose in the second round. This is better. This is better because this proves, and it explains, and it shows, and it exposes that you're a fraud, that your head coach is a fraud, that your quarterback is not getting it done right now, not playing like a franchise quarterback. So it's better this way because you're getting more realities, and then you can get more to the finality of it. Now you're going to turn the page, and next year is a make or break year for Mike McDaniel. Next year will be a make or break year for Tua Tagovailoa, because there's no way you should give him a long-term contract this offseason. He didn't earn it. As I said in the pregame show or postgame show, stats don't mean shit to me. As I said last week on the show, individual accomplishments don't mean shit to me. I don't care that you made a Pro Bowl. I don't care that you got 1,800 yards rushing Ricky Williams. I don't care if Tyreek got 2,000 yards. I don't care about any of that crap. I only care about watching the Dolphins win and go deep into the playoffs. And that's when I know you're something. The individual crap means nothing because collectively it's not getting you anywhere. Do you think as a fan, I'm sitting there going, yeah, our team choked, but Tyreek got 2,000 yards. That's great. I don't care. Who gives a shit, dude? That's good for Tyreek. It's not good for it's not good for me as a fan. It didn't get me anywhere. We brought you all in to win playoff games. Did you do that? No. Okay, so then what do I care about your little individual accomplishments? Oh, we made the Pro Bowl. I don't care. I don't even watch the Pro Bowl. I haven't watched the Pro Bowl in years. The last time I watched it, I was kind of half-assed forced to watch it. I was at a cigar bar in Dallas for the week of the Super Bowl. Remember when the Super Bowl was back in Dallas? Was it 10 years ago? That was the last time I watched the Pro Bowl. And I half-assed watched it because it was on the TV, and I would glance at it every once in a while I was smoking a cigar. Hanging out with my man Brandon Rodriguez and who's my guy? He's in Atlanta now. Dukes, Carl Dukes. I remember that day also. That was a famous day where my man Brandon left the car unlocked and somebody stole Carl Dukes' what's it called? Laptop. Because Brandon left it unlocked. Poor Brandon, he felt like shit, dude. Carl Dukes handled it like a champ, dude. He handled it like a champ, man. He's a good dude, by the way. If anybody knows Carl Dukes or if you live in that area in the Atlanta area, he is a really, really good dude. Known him for a while. Good friend. Good people. Anyway, what else do we have going on? Let's see. Okay. I hope you're right, Big O. Can't give Tua and McDaniel any more time past next year if there's no huge improvement over this year. Right now, it's the same as last year. Yeah, I mean, next year's a pivotal year for them now, unfortunately. And it shouldn't have been that way for Tua, but he's created this now. You know? Brett, yes, you are correct. The Pro Bowl's a joke. I don't really care about the Pro Bowl. Brandon is a great dude. Great dude. Love working with Brandon, man. Hated him. Hated watching him deal with our business because he did not have a lot of patience with our business is terrible, dude. Like, it's a frustrating business. It's filled with a lot of incompetence. And Brandon had to deal with a lot of incompetence. Brandon is one of the best workers I've ever been around, dude. Really good dude. Really good dude. Really good dude. Bro, Hill wasn't getting 300 yards yesterday. The throws into triple coverage to him yesterday had nothing to do with any record. Ronnie, you got to be smart, bro. And listen, it's a general statement that I don't care about chasing the 2,000 yards. I don't care about Ricky Williams' 1,800 yards. That's my point, dude. Some of you out there, you're not very bright. You're not staying on point. Had nothing to do with thinking that he was going to get 300 yards yesterday. It's in general. I don't care about Pro Bowls. I don't care about anything. I don't care if Tua led the league in passer rating. Doesn't mean shit to me. None of that means shit to me. I need you to win big games, big moments, playoff games. That's what I need. If you can't do that, I have no use for you. It's pretty simple. So McDaniel and now Tua, you better wake up. You got another year. If not, it's going to hit the fan. It's going to hit the fan so hard. It's a big load of dump. It'll cover the fan by the time it hits it. The fan won't be able to work anymore. Okay. By the way, we are giving you $100 at Hialeah Park. Look at that QR code right there. Use that QR code. Now, remember, if you have a Hard Rock app account already, okay, do not use the same whatever email or phone number you use with that Hard Rock account. So the Hialeah one, use a different email, different phone number, whatever it is that you use a different one so you can get the no regret first bet $100. Okay, so sign up to Hialeah, go to the Hialeah Park Casino.com website, and then go through there and sign up through there so you can get the free $100. I mean, those of you that bet on the Bills yesterday -2.5 or -3, that was easy money for you. Let's see. Do you have any issue with the route that Claypool ran on? Dude, Chris, forget that. It was a dumb throw. It was a dumb throw. There were two people covering the guy. That's my point. Whether I'm not exactly sure what the route was or whatever, but they clearly read it right. They had him doubled. And why would Tua throw to a double-covered guy? Because he does it all the time now. I don't know why. It's like that was a Ryan Tannehill moment. That one concerned me. That's the play that really concerned me about Tua. That was a play where it looked to me He looked like a flustered player at that moment and just kind of like settled for something that wasn't even open. And so he didn't really take the time to look at that throw and make a good decision. It was almost like a panic decision. And it ends up because there's no way you saw anything there good. There was no reason to throw that pass by Tua Tagovailoa. None. I don't get it at all. Let's do our 3A Graphics sports calendar. We love Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, custom printing and embroidery. Tonight, Heat are taking on the Rockets, hosting the Rockets, and at the Kaseya Center, 7:40 tip. Heat favored by 4. Over and unders 219.5. Rockets plus 142. Heat minus 170. Tuesday, Panthers back in action at the Blues. They've won 7 in a row. Second best team in town, Florida Panthers. Pretty impressive. 5 years in a row in the playoffs. They're headed for their 6th year in the playoffs. They have won 7 in a row. They're third place in the conference. Rangers and Bruins have 54 points. The Panthers have 52. So they're right there knocking on the door for the number 1 spot in the conference. Tuesday, they will face off against the Blues at 8 p.m. And the opening line for Saturday at 8:15, Chiefs are favored by 3.5. The over and under is 44. Chiefs minus 135 on the money line. And the Dolphins are plus 114 on the money line. Okay? That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Frank Piega, thank you for the love on the Super Chat, sir. Very nice of you supporting our show. Remember, you visit our sponsors, make a donation, whatever you can to support. McDaniel is a clown. Come mierda, gave up on him. Well, I'm not ready to give up on McDaniel, but I will admit he is not a good head coach. In fact, he's a play designer, is what he is. He's not a head coach. I haven't seen a responsible play caller, game manager on the sideline from our head coach. I've seen a very irresponsible game manager and play caller on the sidelines. That's what I've witnessed so far with Mike McDaniel. He's got a shit ton to grow, bro. Crap ton. Osman Mondragon. Thank you, sir, for the love on the Super Chat. Big O, can't believe we lost the division last night. The honeymoon with Coach McDaniel is over. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That honeymoon is over. Next year becomes the year for him. It's a make or break year for Mike McDaniel, as I rightly predicted last week that it was coming. That this is the year coming up now because he has created that doubt. And unfortunately, my guy Tua has also created that doubt because he has not played well in big moments and has had way too many turnovers in key moments this year. And I can't defend that. So, yeah, things are not going to be pretty in 2024 for the Miami Dolphins. So, question is, what happens if they actually win on Saturday night? Does that change your mind? Is the question. By the way, Van Aert chain is bouncing back strong, dude. Strong. I got a little bag on Van Aert chain. Best part was I was able to load up on Pendle. That was good, dude. Loading up on Pendle was absolutely sweet. That is awesome. True Fin fan, 3 straight passes to start the fourth quarter. I know, bro. What can I tell you, my brother? The things that McDaniel does, it makes no sense. I really think firms, seriously, accountability coaching is needed now. I feel that it's the nonchalant attitude after mistakes are made. Yes, That's why Tyreek and Waddle continue to drop passes left and right. There is zero accountability in the building, and McDaniel has created an atmosphere that it allows players to make mistakes all over the place. Pre-snap, in-game, whatever it is, illegal man downfield, a hold, whatever. It's always happening, and it happens at the worst times. And there is zero accountability. Mistakes are made left and right. He's not a good coach, not a good head coach. Sorry. He's too nice. That's all. I was I don't mean anything bad by it, but I caught Tobin and Leroy's interview with Zonka, and he was just going off of McDaniel. Oh, he's really reaching them, this and that. And I'm like, what are you watching, dude? Are you watching what's on the field? Like, you played for the guy that really reached you guys because you guys didn't make mistakes. These guys are making mistakes left and right, and the coach does nothing about it. His two top receivers, all they do is drop key passes every effing week. Every effing week, Tyreek and Waddle drop big passes in big moments and touchdowns. Every week, dude. I've never seen that. I didn't see that from Oronde Gadsden. I didn't see that from Irving Fryer. I didn't see that from Mark Duper, Mark Clayton. I didn't see from all the top receivers before these guys. Are you kidding me? Do I remember Oronde Gadsden losing games? Get the fuck out of here, bro. And I don't even have to go to the Marx Brothers. I don't remember Irving Fryer dropping passes left and right. I don't remember it. I don't remember Nat Moore dropping passes left and right. In fact, all I remember is that Nat Moore was one of the most clutch sumbitches there is in the entire world. You threw it to Nat Moore, it was caught. Okay? It's my favorite receiver of all time for the Miami Dolphins, by the way, Nat Moore. But Tyreek and Waddle don't have half the hands of Nat Moore. Catch the ball, bro. It's what they pay you to do. So tired of watching you guys drop passes. It disgusts me, the amount of passes that those guys drop. It's like, who are you, James? You blew it, Pruitt? Who are you, Derek Hagan? Nightmares, huh? I brought back some nightmares, didn't I? Chris Johnson, thank you for the love on the super chat. I've lived all those nightmares. That's why I know who James You Blew It Pruitt is. And we're not talking about the recent Pruitt that came here a few years. No, we're going 80s, baby. 80s James You Blew It Pruitt. Okay. Josh Miller says, no way in hell they go to KC and win a single-digit weather. Tua's arm is even weaker in cold weather. Brandon Meadows, only way I change my mind is as a championship showing. Stop abandoning the run, or the effing run, as he says. I would not be surprised if there's big changes being discussed when the season is over. It'll be interesting, True Fan. George Alexander says, they are laughing at us at the Anchor Bar, losing AFC East to Buffalo after having the lead all season. It's a travesty. George, we deserve to be laughed at. And we got to sit there and take it. Our team's a bunch of chokers, bro. They've been chokers forever. This is what they do. And I kept telling you, this is different. Well, guess what? I was wrong. Wrong as hell. It wasn't any different. Same choking ass Dolphins. Same old Dolphins. Can't count on them. Can't expect them to get through a big moment. because they're choking dogs. Nothing's changed. But we still love you. Oh, we still love you. Only slightly less than we used to. True Fin fan, what do you think the front office is thinking? Intervention. It's their guy. Look, the front office, okay? Now let's be fair also now, okay? Front office, marvelous job finding talent. Trading, drafting, unearthing free agent talent. They do a great job. Almost no one is better. Maybe Philly, because you got to give Roseman the amount of time that they've been doing it for a while. He's number one. I'm going to go with the Dolphins number 2 in the front office. But they can't find a head coach. So if this guy fails next year, that's going to be a bad look for the front office. They can draft, but they can't find a head coach. And that's a bad sign for them. So they've got to fix that. They've got to hope that they've got to sit down with McDaniel and say, hey, we need to make this work, because if not, we're going to can your ass next year. This shit can't go on. And so maybe they make, in order not to lose Frank Smith, you make him the play caller. Finally, he becomes the real offensive coordinator. And then McDaniel can then at least manage the game, hopefully. We'll see. But I could see something like that. So let's see. I literally just ran into a Bills fan, talked about last night, had to congratulate him for kicking our ass and winning another title because we don't know how to beat you all. Josie, you are correct, man. It sucks. Big O, did you ever hear the band Jailer? Young guys from England, definitely classic rock vibe, like Greta Van Fleet. Okay. I will check it out. Jailer. I wrote it down. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dub MCZ. I turned 30 on Saturday. My B-Day wishes was this win because I've never witnessed our team win a game of this magnitude. What did we do to deserve this? So you guys don't deserve any of this. You guys are the best fans in the world. You are super loyal. I deal with you guys every day for 30 years. You deserve way better than this. You deserve a better team overall. You deserve players that actually really show up on big games. You know, I can't imagine what it's like to be a season ticket holder. I haven't been a season ticket holder in so long, but to go every year to be disappointed and spend all that money. And by the way, the Dolphins raised the prices big time for next year. And after the ending of this season, I don't know. I would tell the team to go take a hike. You know, yeah, dude, I'll buy them in the secondary market. If you guys are any good, I'll spend a little bit more and I'll go to 1 or 2 games instead. I'll watch the rest at home so I don't have heartbreak and all that, because for 30 plus years, you keep spending season tickets you're waiting for the playoffs so you can have seats for the playoffs. Is that what you're doing? But you know, what for? It never comes around. And when they come around, the few times they come around, it's all disappointing. I can't imagine what it's like to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to go to a game or to go several games only to have your heart broken. And you walk out of that game last night and you, your wife or girlfriend or whatever, or 2 kids, family of 4, and you spent over $1,000 to be aggravated, to sleep less, to go to work tired the next day. I don't know how it's worth it. And then now they jack the hell out of the prices for next year. And you're like, so you guys jacked prices for a choking team, a coach that can't get over the top. So I've got to pay more to see more heartache. F you. It's interesting. Edward Thurston Howell. Tyreek was voted to his 8th Pro Bowl and has 1,700 yards receiving and is responsible for a lot of Dolphins wins this year. I'm being positive. No, I get it, but he's also responsible for losses. And that's the problem. You can't be responsible for losses. They don't pay Armstead or Tua or Tyreek or Soon Waddle or whoever that's going to get big money. They don't pay you to lose. They pay you to win. So when you're contributing to too many losses, Tyreek, unacceptable. So I get it, but I'm not the guy that spins things to try to make it sound better than what it is. I just don't do that. D Wolverine 305, I'm heated. You can't have a 3-game lead in the division and F it all. Not too many first-time coaches come in and is given all these weapons. McDaniel is given more than any other Dolphins coach in 25 years and can't get it done. It's okay, Big O. You've got Bitcoin to cheer you up, bro. Bitcoin has made my entire year already in 2023 and now in 2024. So trust me, when there's bad stuff that goes on in sports, I go crypto. So it's all good. I got my Avalanche, waiting for my Cardano bag to explode, my Polygon bag to explode, my Neutron bag to explode. So, Bitcoin's already exploding in the process. So it's just going to, when the ETFs get approved by Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to see billions pour in. Tell you, so listen, for Bitcoin, for me, if you followed this show a year and a half ago, when we were in the middle of the bear market, the smile was there. Okay? When we had those people, it's going to go lower, I'm like, the smile's here. You want to go lower? I buy more. You want to go lower again? I buy even more. Oh, you're going lower? I'm buying even more. So that's the beauty of all of this, that unfortunately, a lot of you know where the Dolphins end up because the story's the same. Well, it's kind of how I feel about crypto and Bitcoin. I know where it's going because there's only one end result: mass adoption, and it becomes an everyday part of your lives. Whether you want to believe it or not, just like the Wright brothers, just like good old Ben with getting some electricity, it doesn't matter what it is. The internet, you name it, cell phones, credit cards. I saw a commercial the other day, an old commercial, not an old commercial, an old commentary in a news thing, and the guy was ripping into credit cards. Oh, what a joke! Like, we're supposed to walk around with these plastic things, this and that. Yeah, same shit as crypto. I saw a commercial. I should have posted it on my feed because it's so perfect for the idiots that don't want to understand crypto because they want to be ignorant about it because they're intimidated. Which all of you should drop your intimidations. Open up your horizons and get educated to the future. Okay? It's coming whether you like it or not. You're going to use a cell phone whether you like it or not. You're going to use a credit card whether you like it or not. You're going to use the internet whether you like it or not. You're going to fly on planes whether you like it or not. And guess what? The blockchain is the new internet whether you like it or not. And everything will be tokenized. Everything will be tokenized. I mean, whatever, man. If you don't think checks are going to work, it's the same shit. That's what I try to explain to people. The faster you understand that, the more money you'll make yourself. John Geeb says, as a season ticket holder, it's getting hard. Oh, if they can't win next week, I'll probably renew. Otherwise, not. A win, I'll look at it as an oversight. It's getting hard. I've never seen winning Finns. I get it. It has to be tough to be a Dolphins fan, dude, and especially a Dolphins fan spending money, a lot of money, to go to that stadium and park. Oh, my God. And they raised the prices. What is it like for you season ticket holders? I believe it's around 30%. Is that true? It's like a 30% increase for next year. Yep. There we go. See, Brian Inglet, crypto is a scam, rug pulls. See, those are the stupid people that listen to Janet Yellen and to Warren, Elizabeth Warren and that kind of stuff. People like Brian, they get because the Dems are, they're a bunch of morons, and so they want to control you. What can I tell you? That's all right, my brother. Let's see. What else? At least we're making the playoffs the last couple of years. There was a problem before. Yeah, bro, but if you don't win in the playoffs, that doesn't mean shit, Chris. You got to do something in the playoffs. Timothy McBride says XRP as well. It will ruin this year, as will settlements in 3 to 5 seconds. ETFs are fixing to get approved. We are on the cusp of a new global currency change, and Ripple is on the forefront. There's a couple of companies like XLM and others that are doing some of the things that Ripple are doing. I hope for your sake it explodes. I just don't believe it's going to explode the way some of the XRP people think it's going to explode. I think it might go up to a couple of bucks, $2 or $3 or something, but I don't think it's really going to go to $10 or $20 or something like that. The market cap now where it's at to flip. Okay, where's it at here? XRP's at 56 cents with a market cap of $30 billion. So to get to $1.12, double it, you've got to get to $62 billion. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm saying that you could probably get to like $2 or $3, because then that would put you somewhere in the neighborhood of about $200 billion. That would be pretty big. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard to flip that much money and then flip the coin that much. It's going to be hard. I know you'll make money, but I don't know if it's as much as the XRP people are, they talk about. But I hope in your case, I'm not an XRP guy. I don't have it. I never got an XRP because I just didn't want to get into crypto. Stressful enough. I didn't want to deal with the company that was in the middle of a lawsuit with the SEC. But thank God they won, because it really helps everybody else. Brian probably watches Logan Paul and thinks crypto's exactly. Yeah. The problem with Brian or other people is they really know nothing about it. And so that's why they talk like that, because they really don't understand it. Kind of like Elizabeth Warren. You know what I mean? So, but it's all right. I hold XLM as well. That's good. That's smart on your part, by the way, Timothy. Really, really smart. Let's see. Big O, they beat KC and make everyone believe once again. Us older fans have seen all of this. It's like Groundhog Day. Yeah, but the problem is they don't beat KC, my brother. That's the thing. We never witnessed that. That's not what we witnessed. We don't witness winning in the playoffs. That would be something we've never. I don't think people will believe either, by the way, because when you barely win these kind of games, you got. Remember what I keep saying? I say it all the time. It wasn't about just beating Buffalo last night. It's about beating Buffalo often. Okay? It's not about getting to the playoffs. It's about winning in the playoffs often. That's what it's all about. That's why I kept telling you, I don't care about Tyreek's chase for 2,000 yards or who made the Pro Bowl. None of that shit matters to me. If you do nothing in the playoffs, why would I care? Welton Rayom, by the way, proud sponsors. And let me tell you something, Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, besides being ass kickers, they handle cases that they have 100, 150, 200 clients. They take on the corporations all the time. We watch them, in our case, take down Progressive folks. 954-966-4646. Progressive was not doing what they were supposed to here in our home, and they weren't offering. And let me tell you, the new law that DeSantis passed helps the insurance companies, not you guys. More important than ever is to have the right people protecting you, and I'm talking about the right lawyers. So if you're looking for a law office, they're in Hollywood. They service anywhere, by the way, and all you got to do is pick up the phone. The consultation's free. You can do a lot of this stuff by phone. 954-966-4646. You might just have to go in personally to pick up the check. 954-966-4646. Save it on your cell phone, because hurricane season's not here right now. But when it does roll around, God forbid you need it, or we've got storms all the time now, and they seem to be bringing a hell of a lot more rain nowadays. So water damage is happening all over. Before you call those insurance companies, please call Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters, and they will crush the insurance companies and get you what you deserve. Okay? The new DeSantis law helps the companies. Doesn't help us, the individual. He put us at a disadvantage with the new law. Just telling you, I don't care about your politics. I don't care about Democrats, and I don't care about Republicans. I care about Americans. 954-966-4646. Some of you never really ever hear that. Like, you're hearing me rip into Yellen and Warren and all that, and then I'm ripping into DeSantis. And if you only are on one side, you're only hearing that one side. Oh, Dems are terrible against crypto. Oh, he must hate Dems. No. I hate them all. Dems, Republicans, far left, far right. I hate them all. Okay, they're a disaster. All right, all they do is screw you guys, and you don't get it. But keep choosing sides. That's what they want. That'll really help you out. Anyway. What else are we talking about here? I have 6 cryptos I've been buying since early last year every week, and now I'm fully green, and it's only going to get better. Yes, it is. Of course. Of course. If you're smart, you pick the right ones. Pick the good companies. Big O, your opening monologue was excellent and on point. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you. Very nice. Politicians are the cesspool. None of them care. Amen to that. You got that right, John. You got that right. Let's see. Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And remember, you can always make a Bitcoin or even an Ethereum donation on Cash App or Venmo. Christian DiMartino. Oh, was it me, or did the corners and safeties look hesitant to tackle? How many times are you going to run into each other in coverage? Allen 3rd and 13 late in the fourth quarter, trotting to a first down. I mean, listen, man. The problem with that, Christian, is that the defense didn't really give up a lot of points yesterday. So it's not like it's really more on, on everything else. So I got to give it more on the offense than even the defense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, dude, they lost on a special teams touchdown and a ricochet off AVG's helmet that it was a flukish touchdown. I mean, I can blame Eli Apple for not knowing where the ball is, but God, it was just so freaky, dude. You know what I mean? Peter German, thank you for the love on the super chat. I mean, on Venmo, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. My take on McDaniel, he is creative, but way too predictable. He has an addiction problem, and he's not a leader, only a play designer. Yep. That's what he is. Unfortunately, he has not shown a propensity to actually call a good game and a responsible game. Unfortunately. Sucks, but it's the truth. Bills in the snow 20 years ago. Oh, no, I don't know what that is. Lamar Smith rushed for over 200. Yes, he did. Chris Johnson was the last playoff win at home against the Colts. Brian, at least with Trump, we had no wars. And, bro, Brian, see, I can already tell you're a moron, bro. Trump printed $8 trillion, you dumbass. You Trump people, you're the dumbest people that follow politics I have ever seen in my life. The dumbest people in the world. Seriously. Trump followers have no IQ. The guy printed $8 trillion. He flooded our economy with dollars. That's part of the reason why you have so much inflation. Because if you flood it with dollars, it devalues the dollar. That's why you don't understand crypto, you moron. Because they have less. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, and that's it. There won't be printed anymore. No more will be mined. So the value will go up because there's less of them. Stupid people like you are the reasons why our country dies, because you don't get it. George Bush Jr. killed our economy by printing a ton of money. Then Obama printed twice as much as that moron, right? Then Trump printed 3 times as much as Obama. And we're waiting for Biden now if he matches Trump's $8 trillion or he beats that. But you stay stupid, sir. Okay? You go ahead and stay stupid. It's you people stay in your little culture wars, bro. That's it. You know, you want to talk about the border? That's the only thing he did that was great. He shut down the border. That's a good thing. You know, harp on something that you know. Don't talk about economy because you don't know, because Trump is part of the problem why we have all these problems with our economy. But you people are too stupid to realize that. As I've mentioned before, he lifted the restrictions on banks in 2018, passed a bill that it passed in 2019, allowing banks that every time you deposit your money, they can get rid of all of it by investing in and whatever. And you're not getting a penny out of your checking account, but they invest it all. If you all make a bank run and go get your money, you'll never get it because it won't be there. Thanks to Trump. And that's why banks are closing, because they were able to use all their money, and now they tied them to bonds that were at 1 and 1.5% when we were at 0. Now that we were at 4 and 5 and all that, those bonds were losing money. But bro, you're too stupid to know what's actually going on in our country with our money. That's the problem, dude. Some of you Trumpies, you're so uneducated. It's pathetic and it's embarrassing, dude. You talk out of your ass. You know nothing. You're as stupid as Democrats with crypto. It's the same thing. The Democrats are a bunch of cancers. All they want to do is pass CBDCs to control your ass. You know, I'm so tired of how stupid Democrats and Republicans are. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You don't see what they're doing to you. And all you do is fight your little wars about you don't like this sexuality or this color or that nationality, or that's all you're worried about. When we're all Americans, dude. As Bill Murray once said, we're all mutts. Get over it, dude. Let's get to like the real problems. You know, it's just the level of stupidity of some of you out there, Democrats or Republicans, it's amazing to me.
how dumb you are. Really, dude. It's embarrassing to know how dumb some of you are and you don't really see what the hell's going on in front of you. Man, Jesus Christ. Let's see. What are we talking about now? What else do we have? Look, his nose is wet. Exactly. That's it. Now we're talking. Let me see here. My screen froze. Let me get to let's see. Let's see. Okay, Big O, I remember last year you gave me a stupid chat for saying Tua isn't the guy and we should move off of him. Is it stupid now? Tua is a front runner, stat stuffer without Hill. What is Tua? Well, U-Town, you can question him. I still think he's the guy. I'm not ready to give up on him. You never believed in him in the first place, and you might be right in the long run, my brother. You could be right. I still think you're wrong. I still think Tua can be the guy. I'm a little worried that McDaniel may not be the guy, and that might be a problem also, especially for Tua, because Tua, and again, Tua, it's Tua's fault, but habitually McDaniel has been a bad influence on him. Richard, what is it? Crasco. Big O, I want to do the Neutron dance. Where can I purchase? I don't see it on Coinbase. You got to go to crypto.com. They have it. And there's still a little bit of a dip, too, right now, compared to where it was. So you're going to get a good deal. You got to go to Crow, my brother, and you could do the Neutron dance there. And let me see where it's at. Neutron's down 11%, down to $1.33. So that's pretty good for you. So you'll be able to get it there. Okay? Pendle's still at a pretty good price also. Let's see what else. And good luck to you, sir. And remember, I am not a financial advisor. And have fun doing the Neutron dance. Man of 1,005 volts. McDaniel is more about making players happy than winning. He has to satisfy the egos of Hill and show that Tua to the guy, Hill, and throw. What is it? No, and show that Tua's the guy. That's why he's stopping the run. Well, for whatever reason, man of 1,005 holds, it's wrong. Okay, stopping to stop running makes no sense whatsoever. U-Town says, I meant who's stupid now? Well, I'm looking stupid now, sir, if that's what you want. But we'll find out. Next year, we'll tell all. Next year, we'll answer a lot for you and me, for the Tua haters or the Tua believers. Next year, we'll answer all. That's for sure. U-Town again. By the way, I think you're a cool guy. We just disagree. Exactly. I think the same way too. And in the end, we're all going to say smart things and dumb things. Look at the other guy there that doesn't even know anything about Trump. Moron. Like, he thinks it's a good thing to put $8 trillion into the economy. He thinks it's good to print $8 trillion. That's what I love about Trumpies. They complain about inflation. Then you tell them, but your guy printed $8 trillion. He devalued the dollar by putting $8 trillion out in circulation. A record. No one's ever done that. For the Trumpy. Trump, our deficit. He put a quarter of our total deficit. This thing's been going on for like 60 years, our deficit. He put a quarter of our total deficit in 4 years. Trump all by himself. Now I can't wait to see what Biden does, because every president has topped the other one. It started really, our real problem started with Bush Jr., Obama, Trump, and Biden and whatever clown we had next. Whichever one of those two idiots ends up becoming the president. You know, that's what people don't get. I don't give a shit about what side, but go pay attention to actually what's going on, please. And please don't act like Biden or Trump or whatever are the answer. I'll bitch slap you so bad, it's not even funny. I'll leave you cold like this idiot there that had no idea what the moron has done, actually. Let's see. U-Town. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Big O. Are the media members not allowed to ask certain questions of McDaniels? Because if I was in the news conference, I would have asked that would have put McDaniel's ass against the wall. I don't control what the media asks, my brother. So I don't know. I know when I'm there, I'll ask a question that needs to be asked, but not sure. There are times that there are things that I want, but they don't end up asking. Sad part is that I do this show mostly during when they're open. And so that's why I'm not going to do my show later in the afternoon to accommodate. And plus, I started to do some of that last year, it was last year. And then the NFL went after me because we were airing the videos and they wanted, the NFL actually went after us, sent me a cease and desist letter because I'm only allowed to use 1 minute and 40 seconds of sound every day. That's it. If I go over, right? Is it 1 minute and 40? Was it 1 minute and 40, 1 minute and 20? What was it? Or 40?
90 seconds.
90 seconds. So you think I'm going to waste my time, adjust my entire show, get Sean out there also, record a bunch of interviews, and I can air 90 seconds? Bro, get the hell out of my face. It's like, are you kidding me? So for one, I don't have money to get sued by the NFL, so we won't air. I don't even air 90 seconds. Notice how I don't even bother airing a whole bunch of stuff or video or anything because before, you know what I mean? So since I'm not an NFL partner, because that would take millions of dollars, you know what I mean? So it's like, what am I going to do? Adjust my show for nothing? To go over there and what? I mean, give me a break. Information I can get. I break more stories than anybody else in town. So what's the difference? It's not like I always have to be there to break stories. I get bigger stories than anybody else locally in town. The national guys are the ones that get some stories that I don't get, especially the injury stuff. But outside of everything else, I'm pretty much on top of it more than anybody else that's on the beat. So, but why am I going to adjust my entire show when then the NFL comes back at me with a cease and desist letter? No, you can't use more than 90 seconds a day. So why am I going to air an interview with Teron Armstead for 4 minutes or 5 and get sued? Why am I going to interview Kader Kohu or whatever? You saw it. I went and I started getting interviews and bringing them to you guys, and then I get the NFL after my ass. So, that's why I tell you guys, visit our sponsors, make donations. Hopefully now we'll get our merch and all that, because that's how we survive. You know what I mean? That's how we give you the best information out there, and whatever limitations that they try to put on us that we have to overcome. Big O is going to be doing the show from El Salvador soon. That may not be completely a lie, by the way. Maybe they could get rid of the pool tables and insert automatic passing machines and practice catching. Yeah, no more pool tables. No more ping pong tables, right? Yeah. Oh, seriously, what do you think happens this offseason with Tua's extension? No extension. I would not give him an extension. That would be my initial guess right now. Unfortunately, you cannot give Tua an extension. You got to force him now to play and prove other things and prove that he can play intelligently in big moments, because he has made a lot of dumb mistakes in big moments, like yesterday. So, Big O, why don't you get your contemporaries to ask McDaniel hard questions at his presser? Do you listen to the press conference? Do you listen to the interviews? No? I'm the one that told Omar, go find out that Flo didn't want Tua. You'll see. He didn't believe me, and then until he found out, okay, I found out, it was Jordan Love. Yeah, there you go. You know, I kept telling, hey, go find out. He's going rush shot through the building. I just asked Furones to ask the coach about nobody in the media asked McDaniel about last week's 2-minute warning decision. That would have been the first question I would have asked in the postgame press conference. I would have asked, Coach, why did you feel the need to rush the play before the 2-minute warning when you had all the time and timeouts? You know, you had all the advantages. Why did you feel you had to rush it? And I would have loved to. Nobody's asked. I told Furones to ask about that. And he felt like it was too late already in the week to ask, but it's like that should have been asked right in the postgame show, right in the postgame press conference. I know I would have asked it. But, you know, I was a different beat guy. Yeah. When a coach saw me in the room, he knew that if it was a bad day, you were going to get the questions. Whether you liked them or not, you were going to get them. But apparently, you know, sometimes it doesn't happen here, because it's happened like that a couple of times where I'm like, why didn't they ask this? Big O, so what's the finishing grade for the season? I give them a C-. We have to beat the big dogs. Let's see Saturday. What's the final grade will be? Right now, Anthony, it is a D-, and on the brink of becoming an F. They only won 11 games because Tua stayed healthy. It's not because McDaniel's a better coach. If he was a better coach, maybe you would have won 12 or 13 games instead, and you would have won the division, and maybe you would have won, you know, the bye week and everything too. So, you know, the only reason you have 11 wins is because your quarterback didn't miss 5.5 games. That's the only reason you have 11 wins. Nothing else, nothing more. It's pretty simple math. Your coach did not get better from year one to year two. He made the same stupid-ass mistakes he made last year. He made them again this year and did it all the way again last night, abandoning the run in the second half. You know? So, what can I say? At least Big O's man enough to say he might be wrong. Tony, I always admit when I'm wrong, but I don't flip-flop as quickly as everybody else. You know, I thoroughly have to be proven right or thoroughly have to be proven wrong. That's all. It's pretty simple. You know, the Tannehill thing lasted for years because I had idiots that would come back and, well, you see what he did in Tennessee? And I'm like, yeah, did you really watch the games? Because, you know, he's being carried by, you know, the running back. Did you watch the playoff games? Like they were winning playoff games with him throwing 70 yards. They weren't winning because of Tannehill. You know what I mean? And that went on for years. And it took a while to convince people that I was right. You know what I mean? So, and if Tua next year plays like he played this year, I'm dead ass wrong. I'm dead ass wrong. You know what I mean? But I'm not ready to give up on the kid. Not yet. There's a lot of great moments. He's made a lot of great throws, but he's made too many bad throws and too many bad decisions this year. And he's got to get better at that. And I will admit it. I have zero issues with admitting I'm wrong. Zero. Bills made good halftime adjustments. Yeah, you know what they did? Josh, you're not passing nearly as much anymore because you can't. So we'll run the ball a lot, and you hold on to that ball. Make a couple of throws, but try to run as much as possible. Like, we shut up a couple of people in the pregame show. Like, they were like, oh, well, Josh Allen's carried the team. How come Tua? And I'm like, Josh Allen hasn't carried shit. Go look at his stats. His stats aren't shit, dude. Okay? And his stats weren't shit last night either. He got a couple runs in there or whatever, but Brother Diggs was wide open, and he missed him. You know what I mean? So this is who he is. Oh, and by the way, we got lucky that the running back dropped a touchdown too. It's not like the Dolphins left a whole bunch of points, but the Bills left a whole bunch of points on the field too. So, Big O, maybe I'm drunk on the Kool-Aid, but defense played well enough. Yes, of course, dude. They lost on a lucky tipped pass off the helmet of AVG, which is a good defensive play because he deflected the pass, and it ends up as a touchdown and a special teams. You know, that the two Dolphins collided and poor Cameron Good got injured on that play. Freakish, dude. Freakish shit. But overall, the defense did just like last year. I'm staying consistent. Josh Boyer did not cost you any games last year. Not one. The Jet game was done from the get-go. There's nothing Josh Boyer could do about that. But Josh Boyer, all the other games, not one of them did he cost you a game. It was all offense. I told you that last year. And I'm telling you again this year. Last night, offense failed you. Defense did enough to win. Did enough. Let's see. Cal Rokenbach. Thank you for the love on the super chat, sir. If we win this weekend, does the narrative change? I don't think the narrative changes. What I think does, it helps ease the narrative because you've got to do more of it. You're going to have to win the following week to really erase the narrative. You know what I mean? Because remember what I was telling you leading up to this Bills game. It wasn't just about beating the Bills now. It's about beating the Bills often. It's not about beating Kansas City now or Philadelphia or Buffalo or the Ravens or the Cowboys. No, it's about beating those kind of teams often. That's when the narrative changes. Not occasionally, often. You can't win once every 8 or 9 games or whatever. You were on a roll with the Ravens. You had won 2 in a row. That's what we're talking about. Now you lost one. Now you need to go win the next one. So you won 3 of 4 against them. That's what you need to do. Those kind of things. That's what erases the narrative. So, anyway. All right. We are out of here. We appreciate all of you out there, as always. Kind of a short show today. Not a lot to talk about. Mostly a bunch of stuff to repeat from yesterday. We did add a couple of things that we did talk about today with the Dolphins. We appreciate Sean Stanley. We pushed Ira Winderman to tomorrow. Today was not the day to do a Heat interview. Plus, I've got the Rockets tonight. We'll talk about the game tomorrow and Heat stuff as we turn the page and get ready for Kansas City on Saturday, which, by the way, it'll be a Saturday 8:15 game. At least we get to sleep in, Sean, on Sunday. Thank the Lord for that one. Anyway, those of you out there that sent in a Cash App or Venmo, thank you as always. Appreciate the support. You can send in Cash App or Venmo anytime you're watching or listening to the show. Those of you that send in a super chat, I appreciate you immensely. We thank Sean Stanley, the man that masters this entire platform. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time. Same place. Same bat channel.